Discoveries. My name is Matt. This is my sister channel for MAFT UK. Now then, why am I here? What's going on? And what is this video all about? Well, probably a guess in the title. Recently, a person very close to me has reported some strange happenings in their home and has asked if I could come and put some cameras down and perhaps have a little look-see to see if I can find anything. Now, what do I mean? I mean paranormal, I mean supernatural. They're having things being moved, they're having things turn upside down, they're having things happen in their home that they want to either capture or find out what's going on. This is by far a noisy house anyhow, because it is an old mill house. There is the main road in Lancaster just outside that window, and the house is divided into separate plots, should we say, or separate flats, and so noise can transfer through this building quite easily. I've already noticed that the floorboards creak, and I notice there's lots of sounds in and out, and you may be able to hear in the background the washing machine going. So what has happened recently which has started this constant barrage of things happening? Well, this person said to me just very, very recently, within the last week, that out of the blue they received a Bible from nowhere. It just appeared through the letterbox. Somebody sent them a Bible. Okay, not necessarily a bad thing if you're into that sort of stuff. I must hasten at this moment in time, I am a complete atheist. I do not believe in ghosts. I do not believe in any supernatural things at all. However, I find the subject very interesting, and I find the subject people believe interesting too. So what I've said to this person is I will gladly come, I will gladly have a look, I will gladly film, and I will do what I can to see if I can get anything. What happened? Well, we said the Bible turned up. In the last 48 hours there has been a series of episodes. There's been some small squares of paper just left on the stairs, clean cut like with a pair of scissors, about 20mm by 20mm, so just short of an inch size square pieces of paper scattered all over the stairs. Upstairs in the second bedroom there were, the first aid kit was taken out, things were opened and strewn all over the floor. The food in the cupboards was moved, not eaten, moved and mirror imaged. And what I mean by that is it was taken, so the tins were on one side, packet food on the other. It was completely reversed, mirror image. So let me explain. Beans, sausages, whatever. It went beans, sausages, whatever. It was completely mirrored. So it's quite unusual, I think. Also, the light switches were being constantly turned on in the last 48 hours. So the switch was going on, switch was going off, switch was going on, switch was going off. And lots of thumping, banging and knocking as well. Pretty similar. You would automatically think that someone else was getting into the house, but I don't think that's the case at all. So here I am. It must be frightening for that person, because they wouldn't say anything otherwise. They're quite a strong-willed person. They're not the sort of person that's frightened easily. So I believe that what they think has happened, but I believe they believe it. Does that make any sense? I don't necessarily believe what they're telling me is true. I believe what they think is true. That's what I think. So I think they actually believe it's true, but whether it is or not, I don't know. So what I've got, or what I'm doing, well, I've brought my, I've got two cameras already in situ. I've got one pointing straight at me now. Those are trail cams, you know, like the hunter trail cams. I've got one pointing up the stairs, and I've got one pointing straight at me, so it's filming me constantly, or it's taking footage of me constantly. And of course I've got this camera. I also have a present from Phil. That's Phil from Ghost Stories. former Paranormal Tech TV, former Pikers TV, and Phil gave me these over a year ago now, and I have done on a couple of investigations. I've taken them with me. I've never found anything, but these have moved of their own accord, and I genuinely didn't do it, and I'm an atheist. I don't believe in it, so I'm not going to say that yes, it happened, because I never made it happen. But these definitely moved of their own accord, so we'll be using them. What else will we be using? Well, I have my phone with me. I have a couple of apps to use, and I have a little speaker behind me as well. So we'll have a go at that. See if we can conjure up something, or get an answer, or get a comment. But more importantly, because I'm totally novice, I'm a total novice at this, I shouldn't really be doing it, I guess, without professional guidance. But I think the most important thing is you have to tell the spirit or entity not to follow you, and that they're not to come with you, so they have to stay here in this house, should there be any. I think that's the important bit. And obviously I don't play with Ouija boards or anything like that, so there you go. What have I got going? I've got an incense stick burning over there. It's not because I feel that is something to do with the spirits. I absolutely love the smell of incense stick, so I can light them here. I can't light them in my own home. Now, if you are like me and you are a skeptic, then what you can do, like me, is get yourself a bag of popcorn. Get yourself a drink. Sit back and enjoy the show. So let's have a quick look. Obviously this person is a bit of a drawer. Who lives in a house like this? Now, one of the things that was, by the way, that's my incense stick burning away there. One of the things that was drawn or painted recently was this painting here. Now, when this painting was discovered over the last 24 hours, it was on its side. So we'll continue our walk around. This painting was also done by that person. I actually quite like that painting. Yes, there is something written on the mirror, and if you care to read it, by all means do so. It's quite funny. Moving on through the house. There is my trail cam, or the first one, capturing anything in the hallway or coming out of the kitchen, and the kitchen itself. Tiny little kitchen, but good selection of booze up on the top shelf. The second cam is pointing up the stairs there. So let's have a look up the stairs. Nothing exciting, but this was where the paper was dropped, the squares of paper. So if anybody wants to play tricks, that will get them way before. Now, I'm not going to go upstairs. The person has specifically asked me not to go upstairs, so I won't. I have been upstairs, I've had a look round, but I won't go because they've asked me not to go into the bedrooms, which is absolutely fine. And it's not because it's messy. You can see it's not a messy house. In fact, it's very tidy. So let's start with dowsing rods, shall we? So we should be able to see the rods okay now. I did actually clean them before we came out to make sure that they were visible to the camera. Now, like I said before, I have had these move on me involuntary. I didn't do it myself, but I have seen them move. And yes, they are very easy to fake. The slightest movement, look at that, crossing and uncrossing. Yes, they are, I don't disagree. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not out to prove this one way or the other. I'm a skeptic. I'm just trying to see if there's anything here. And if these move on their own, you'll bloody know they moved on their own, because one, you'll see it, or two, I'll say, no, that was me. Now, I may get the wording wrong, I may get some of the terminology wrong. If I do, I don't apologise. This is not a quiz show or anything, this is real life, isn't it? And if you say something wrong, which most people don't say, it doesn't necessarily mean it is wrong, it just means you're not following the normal standards. So I'm going to have a quick swig before I clear my throat, and then we'll get straight into it. Now, so I'll have to do some shout outs, won't I? I'm going to do Phil and Caroline from Ghost Stories. I'm going to have to do Sam. How you doing, Sam? I really enjoy your videos lately. And also Sandra from Two Dimensional Paranormal. So I hope you guys are well. I'm sorry if I'm jumping on your toes. I don't intend to. It's just something that someone's asked me to come and do. I find the subject fascinating. So let's get on with it, shall we? And again, like I say, excuse me if I use the wrong terminology, but let's just see how we get on with this. And trust me, I will not be faking this at all. Right, here we go. Let's get steady now. Come on, get steady. Come on, nice and steady. And left hand doesn't want to play. Okay, you may hear voices in the background. Those are people walking past the house, so don't write in and say you can hear voices. Yes, that's people walking by outside. Hello, my name is Matt. I mean you no harm. I would like to know if you can hear me. If you can hear me at all, and you're able to move these sticks in front of me, and I want you to. If you can hear me, I want you to cross them over and make an X in front of me. I mean you no harm. If you want to talk to me, come and talk to me, cross them over. There you go. Now, I have not done that. That is quite spooky, really. That is quite spooky. Okay, straighten them back up for me if you can. Can you straighten those up for me? Go on, keep straightening up. Go on. That's it. Go on. Do the one. Straighten them up for me. Straighten them up. Point them at the window. That is amazing. In fact, I really don't know what to say about that. I really do not know what to say about that. Okay, so we've established that there could be somebody here. There is a possibility that somebody's here. Now, I am definitely holding them straight. Now, I'm going to say this again. I mean you no harm whatsoever. But I really need you to cross those sticks for me one more time. Can you do that for me? You can. Okay, alright. That's fine. Straighten them up for me. Straighten them up for me. I understand that you're here now. That's it. That's good. Come on. Come on, straighten them up for me. Alright, that is absolutely amazing. In fact, my heart is pounding. I did not expect that to happen. Can I ask you some questions? If the answer is yes, can you cross the rods? If the answer is no, then point the rods behind me. Can I ask you some questions about you? Can I ask you some questions? Cross the rods if you can. If I can. There we go. It's starting to cross. All right. So I can ask you some questions. Okay. Let's straighten them back up again then. Let's do that. Straighten them back up again. Come on. That's it. If we always start at the front, then we can. There we go. Now I think that right hand one was me then. Right then. Okay. We're going to start very, very basic to start with, and I hope you can help me, and let's see if we can do something to put you in a better place, shall we? I don't know how I'm going to do that, but if that happens, if that is the case, I will find out how to put you in a better place and make sure that you're happy. Alright? Now then, are you male? Yes or no? Are you male? Yes or no? You are a male. Okay? You need to straighten those rods up for me. Straighten them up for me. Can you straighten them up for me, please? Come on, that's it. Come on, a little bit more. It's probably very tiring for you, I understand that. Wow. Okay. Right, okay. Well, thank you for answering that question. I'm not going to ask if you're a female because we already know the question that you're a male. I'm going to ask you, are you a child or are you an adult? So if you are a child, I want you to point the rods to the candle. Can you see the candle in the room over there? Point the rods at the candle. Okay, we're not doing so well. Alright then. If you are an adult, point the rods at me. Push them back to me. Okay, we seem to have lost you for a little while there. Do you not want to answer this question? I think that's me moving. So I'm going to reset these now. Let's get them back. Right. Wow, that was quite amazing. Right, let's get this steady away, steady away. Right, let's hold, come on, point them straight ahead of me. Okay, right, I'm going to ask you again. I just want you to tell me if you're a child, if you're young. I want you to point these rods over to the candles. Can you do that for me? Are you an adult? If you're an adult, point them at me, I was going to say. Okay, right. You're an adult. So you're an adult male. Alright? Well, you must understand and you must know that I don't mean you any harm, and I know you know that, because you wouldn't be speaking to me if you thought I was going to. Now then, let's reset these. Now I've got some other devices with me, electronic devices, that may help you to speak to me, and I can hear your voice. You seem to be anticipating, or am I anticipating? I'm going to set these again, because what I was going to ask is if you can hear my voice, or you could talk to me via something else. Would you like to speak to me? So would you like to talk to me? you like me to turn the devices on and see if you can actually talk to me? Okay. I'm going to take that as a yes. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Am I semi-consciously doing it on purpose without even realizing? Or is this... Am I moving my hands slightly without knowing it? Without consciously doing it, but wanting to do it? No, I don't know. I am not intentionally moving those rods. So I'm going to use what's an app called the Paratech app. I know there's a lot of ifs and buts about the Paratech app, and it's just random words spilled out. I know it is, but you see, I still like it. I think it's a bit of fun, and if we stand a chance to chat to our friend this evening, then I think it's maybe a possible way. Now, as you have seen, it's potentially that this person wants to speak to us anyhow. So if they can, then try this app. I've got others to try, but I'm going to start with this one because this is the basic one for me. So, my friend, if you're here, if you can listen to me, I'm going to start this app now. I want you to have a look at what's going on around you, have a feel for it, and you may be able to speak to me via this piece of electronics. Now, that is possible, so give it your best shot. Try for me, see if you can talk to me through this. And what I'd really like is for you to give me a name. Now, I presume that you are English because you've understood everything I've said to you so far. So I would like you to be able to tell me your name. And you keep going, give it a few tries, see what you can do for me. And if you can, at least I know who I'm speaking to. And at least another step forward then is to try and help you in any way we can. And if I can't help you, I will certainly find someone that can. Alright? And that's something that I can do, or maybe possibly do for you. So let's start the app now, and let's see if we can get a response from you. I'm looking around because you could be stood in front of me for all I know, or I don't really understand entities, you could be all around me. I don't know. So let's give it a start. Here we go, we're up and running now.
To scanning.
So you might be able to see idiot. Heaven. Layla. I love the fact it started with idiot. It's quite embarrassing. So I know your name's not Layla if you're a male.
Yeah.
Gabrielle, that's two female names. So it's either the app, this is just playing games, or because I guess the first question anyone asks is your name. So yeah, different. The soundbox isn't picking these up very well. Belong was the last two words. So I'm going to have to shut this thing off because it's not actually picking it up. So we're going to stop just for a second.
Stopped.
Stopped. Sounds like it's swearing at you, doesn't it? So this thing isn't working for that. It's not picking it up quick enough. Too much of a lag. So let's turn you off. There we go. And let's just go to the app itself. Deborah. It seems to be throwing a lot of female names at me. So what it is I'm trying to find out is your name. So see if you can tune into this machine, see if you can actually figure out how it works and try and speak to me. And what I'm asking you is your name. I want your name. Now at some point I'm sure a Mel's name is going to come up here.
Boss.
Boss. Well, you were the boss of this place? You are the boss of this place? That's an unusual thing to tell somebody, that you're the boss. But this was a mill. Was this your mill? Well, I think
Year.
I think it was a mill. Was it a mill? Am I right in saying that this was some sort of factory complex of sorts? Some sort of, you're close to the railway line, you're close to the canal. It would be a perfect place to be a mill. It's got a Georgian style at the front, so all this back here is modernised.
UK.
UK, yes, this is the UK, MAFT UK. We don't use that name on this one. UK. Yeah. No, we don't use that name on this one. This is different channel, this one. But yeah, you're right.
You win.
You win. Okay, we're not playing the game. You win. Come on. I was getting
Confused.
confused. Well, I'm not surprised you're confused. Can you speak to me through this device? Can you actually tune in and speak to me through this device? Thank.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Well, yes, I do enjoy whiskey. Bank. This was a bank? Now, I am going to research that, and if that turns out to be true, that would be very, very interesting, wouldn't it?
Pencil.
Pencil. Pencils are behind the curtains there. Would you like a pencil? Shall I get you a pencil? Could you write for me?
Vault.
Vault. No. No vaults here. Bank, pencil, vault. Is there a hidden vault? The boss of the bank with a pencil in a vault.
Beelzebub.
Yeah. Listen, he's behind the curtains also. We know those names. You do realise I am going to find out the history of this place, and if I find pendant, you do realise if I'm going to find out that this was a bank and there was a vault and there was a boss that got locked in the vault, it could be you. Is that correct? Verb. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes to make a little bit more sense, but we did start by asking your name. I really could do...
Thank you.
It's okay. We could really do with knowing your name. Just give me somebody to speak to. So when I come back, at least I know who I'm talking to. Can you do that for me? Can you tell me your name? If you are trying...
Incubus.
Incubus. No, see, I know you're not Incubus. I have heard that before. I think that is that one of them sex demons? Is it? But this thing has a tendency to do that anyhow. It fires words at you like that to make you go, ooh. Come on, you speak to me. Couple more. Couple more tries, come on.
Determine.
I am or you are.
Marry.
One more, and then we're turning you off. That was marry, by the way.
Interrupt. Beg.
Okay, we're going to stop that there. So, let's read through the history there. It started scanning and it said idiot. Heaven,
Have.
Layla, Gabrielle, different, belong. Scanning stopped, scanning started. Nerve, Deborah, won. Boss, year, UK, you win. Confused. Thank, whiskey, bank. Pencil, vault. Beelzebub, pendant. Verb, thank you. Incubus, determine, marry.
Logan.
Interrupt, beg. And while we've been chatting, the latest ones were beg, have and Logan. So you could
Scanning stopped.
technically string some sort of story there, couldn't you? And if I was, you could quite easily say, I am speaking to someone who used to work in a bank, who was the boss, there was a vault, and he wants a pencil. Behind that curtain there's about 400. Right, that was very, very interesting. That was very, very interesting. I was hoping for a little bit better result really after that flying start, but again, that's just the way it is, isn't it? Those things are so manipulative, they're so easy to fake, that the slightest movement in your arms can give you the false readings. So I'm not saying that what I was getting was true. What I'm saying is potentially I could have been doing it subconsciously, and I don't want to do that. So let's move on. I'm going to try another app in a second, but time for a refill. So this time we're going to close that app. And we're going to try one that I've actually paid for, which is the Sono X10 Spirit Box. It's only a couple of quid. Well, we've got the Spirit Box up and running now, and it's working with this thing. And what I really like is to see if our friend can actually communicate through this device either. So again, it's going through the phone. I'm going to leave the phone there, and I'm going to ask some questions. So let's get in there. There we are. So hello, it's me again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you tune into that signal? You're downstairs, yes? Are you downstairs with me? Are you in this room with me? Yes? I would very, very much like to find out who you are. Is there any way you can tell me what your name is? Is there any way you can tell me what your name is? You can? Come on. See if you can fight through. I can keep hearing a female's voice, but I know you're not female, you're a male. You've already told me that you're a male. Keep hearing Marie. Come on. Try and speak to me. Make it nice, clear and loud. And bring these lights all the way to the top for me. Come on. I really want to know your name. If you want me to try and help you, tell me your name. Now obviously I'm quite aware that these are random signals picked up from various radio stations, and we all know that, and I know that. But what you're really wanting is that clear, precise answer to your question that is not a part of a conversation which is being had on a radio station. Someone could ask you a question and you could say, yeah, about 6 o'clock Wednesday. And you know it's part of the conversation that's already been had. What you need is a clear, precise response. So give me a clear, precise response. What is your name? I need you to tell me your name. Okay. Marie again. Is there anything I can do to help you at all? Can you tell me what to do to help you? Or what it was like? Is there something I can do to help you? Now, one of the things that we got from the Paratic app was UK. Are you English? No? You said no, you're not English. Are you French? Come on, speak to me. Try and speak to me through this app. Try and speak to me through it. Have you come to help the person that lives here? Is that what you're doing? Are you helping the person that lives here? Are you helping the person that lives here? Okay. We're not really getting a good response from that, are we? Do you want me to turn this off? What's my name? What's my name? Can you tell me my name? Alright, well, that really hasn't worked very well. I've got nothing from that really. We'll try one more. I have one which is a freebie. This one's called Hack Shack times 8. I have no idea what this is or what it does. It's looking like it's going through FM sensors. I don't know. Let's give it a go anyway. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you talk to me through this? There's one thing about these apps that are bloody annoying, aren't they? Come on, speak to me through this. If you're still here and you want to speak to me, can you try and speak to me through this app? Is this something that you can you see what's going on? Can you hear what's going on? And if you can you get in and try and speak to me through this little device here? Come on, no, you're a male. Come on. Speak to me. Now the best thing about this one, or I think I would say, is that you're not getting constantly bombarded with words. And I've only heard one comment and I couldn't make it out. Come on. Hack Shack is a spirit box's professional tool for attempting to communicate with paranormal entities. Use a unique design sweeping algorithm to white noise using your mobile device technology. Highly sensitive sensors which theorized suggested gives entities the energy they need to be heard. When this occurs, you will hear a voice or sound coming through the static in an attempt to communicate. Okay, that's interesting. Next. I don't get any voices. It's important to note that not every place is haunted and that spirit entities do not communicate on cue. Really? Okay, there we are. Back. Well, I wouldn't expect entities to communicate on cue, to be honest. Now then, are you the person responsible for the small squares of paper on the stairs? Did you put the paper on the stairs? Have you been pressing all the lights in the house? Okay. Do you not want to speak to me? No? Are you frightened of having your voice heard? There's only me here. No one else can hear us. Do you know what this is? This is a camera. It's recording everything that we do. So I can go back home where you're not welcome and I can watch it again and see if you've appeared on the camera or whether you've appeared on the sound of the camera or on my other cameras. Do you want to speak to me? I might not be able to hear you now, but with this device here, I can take it home and listen again, and I might be able to hear you. And if that's the case, I can come back and help you if it's possible for me to help you. What's just happened now? Has it shut down because the phone is shut down after 2 minutes? There we go. Well, I'm going to let you run out one more time. You've heard what I've had to say, and I want you to talk to me. In fact, actually, because you're not even attempting to speak to me through that one, we're going to get rid of you. And we're going to try one final app. This looks very similar to the other one. Okay. Again, this is an FM sensor white noise. Can you hear me at all? What do you think of this painting? What do you think to that? Do you like that? I think there's a painting here you didn't like. Shall we get that painting out? Let's get that painting out. what do you think to that painting? Is this the painting that you kicked over? You know who that is, don't you? Or who it's supposed to be. Come on.
Tech loaded. Scanning. End.
End of days. Who's that? You're not picking these words up again, are you? Who's that? The word great's come up there. David. Now then, that's the first name, first male name that we've had all night. Are we saying that at last your name is David, and are you telling me because I've now put this painting in full view? Kept. You can't hear what the app is saying, so what I'm going to have to do, 2. David kept 2. This doesn't pick up the paranormal app very well. So, stop.
Stopped.
Start.
Started scanning.
I'm on full volume. Should be able to pick that up. Beeping.
Cost.
Cost. Well, last time you started talking about banks.
Bar.
Bar. Yep. Who's this? Who's that?
Gone.
Gone. Well, what has? You haven't gone if you can't write gone when you're gone, because you're gone. Who's that? Or who is that a picture of? Supposed to be?
Enough.
Enough. No, it's not enough. I want you to tell me who that is. Don't tell me it's enough. Who is it? Answer the question. Because I don't think you like them, do you? Because you tipped that painting over, didn't you? You moved it, tipped it over. 7. 7 deadly sins. I'm making things in, I'm trying to get things to tie in here. Those. Did you knock that painting over? Ease. Did you knock that painting over? That's what I want to know. Did you do it?
Upon.
You're not making any sense. Okay, what's going to happen now is that I am going to have to go back to the dowsing rods because that is the only way you seem to be communicating with me. But while I do that, I'm actually going to go upstairs and I'm going to go to the loo. I'm going to leave this phone running.
Nighttime.
It is night time, yes, and it doesn't scare me. Right, I'm going to the loo. Have a chat amongst yourselves.
Z. Zero. The upstairs.
What's that? Upstairs? Yeah, it was, yeah. How do we get on? Let's have a look at the history while I was gone, shall I? History.
Fiddle.
Upstairs young, lamb, 0. C, nighttime. I think I went at nighttime. Nighttime, C, 0. Lamb, young, upstairs. Oh, disappointing.
Marry.
Let's put you back. Okay, well, I think what we'll do, we're not really getting any results from any of the technology that we've got. The biggest results we had was from the dowsing rods, which is a tried and tested historical method anyhow. To be honest, I didn't really expect anything from that, but it's just giving everything,
Scanning stopped.
every opportunity to communicate. So, Vanguard, scanning stopped, scanning started. Idiot, Heaven, Layla. It was earlier on. Scanning stopped, scanning started. End, great, David, kept, 2. Started scanning. Cost, bar, gone, enough, 7. Those, ease, upon, nighttime. C. Cost of a bar, of gone. Enough, 7. Those, ease, upon, nighttime. See nothing, lamb young upstairs. Fiddle, marry 3rd.
Saved history to internal storage.
I didn't know it did that. Okay, close apps. That's it, we're done. That's a real shame that, but it's only proving my point even further. I still believe that it's technically possible for me to do that by hand with the dowsing rods. So let's go back to the dowsing rods. Let's finish this little investigation on the dowsing rods, see if I can get any more information from it. I'm not going to hold my breath, but the results from that were far more outstanding than anything from this device, which again I'm not really surprised at. So while I have enough power left in my battery, I one. Well, I brought two, but I knew the other one was already flat. So what power I've got left? Let's see if we can get any more responses, shall we? Well, that sounds like the washing machine is finally finished. Right, okay. As before, I will not intentionally move these things. Alright? Okay. I know you could hear me earlier. Go back. Yeah, no, I did move that forward myself. I know you could hear me earlier, and we were talking together, weren't we? But it appears that you were unable to communicate to me via those electrical devices. Now, what I would like you to do instead of just crossing over, which is easy, well, it seems to be the thing that happens most of the time, what I want you to do, if you can still hear me and you still want to talk to me, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to point these rods over there to those plants, please. Can you do that for me? Point them over there to those plants. Come on. If you want to speak to me, you need to point these rods to the plants. Push them over to the plants. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Now, this may seem like I'm messing you about, but I'm not. And what I need you to do, because I think it's me that's doing it, I need you to push the rods over to the candles again, and not the plants this time. Push the rods over to the candles and not the plants. Come on, push the rods over to the candles and not the plants. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Push them over to the candles. Come on. See, I think it's me that's pushing the rods, not you. Push them to the candles. See, I am totally focused on trying to keep these steady. Push them to the candles for me. That's the only way I know that you're really here. I can't do it if you don't push them to the candles. I cannot help you. So if you want help, then you have to push them. I believe you. Alright. Alright. That's quite bizarre, isn't it? Because what you have now is a situation where a total atheist is being answered. So I don't believe in this stuff, and I'm getting answers. Now, I did try and fight back. I tried as hard as I could to keep these as steady as possible, and they still went over to those candles. And it went over to those plants, and I was doing my best not to do this. And you can scrutinize the footage all you want, but I know it only takes a really slight of hand to move these. Look, I want to go left. I'm going to go right. I can do it. Left. Right. Actually, it's not that easy. Alright, so is there someone here able to communicate with me through these? And while I've got enough footage left, I need to establish that, don't I? Right. Let's reset. Okay. I've told you before my name is Matt. And I've told you that I'll also try and help you if I can. I've asked you to move the rods over to the left, to the plants, and I've asked you to move the rods over to the right, which is the candles, to which you did both. Now there's two positions that I need you to push the rods to. One is cross like that, and the other one is back like that. Alright, so that's yes, cross for yes, back for no. Cross for yes, back for no. Right, we're set. Do you want my help? Cross for yes, back for no. I felt my hand move then, but sorry, I need to ask that again because I think that was me. I know this is hard for you, but I need to ask that question again. Do you want my help? Cross for yes, back for no. Cross for yes, back for no. Whichever it is, you need to give me an answer, because I will keep trying to speak to you unless you give me an answer. Do you want my help? Cross for yes, back for no. Okay. Let me ask another question. Do you want to leave here? Cross for yes, back for no. Do you want to leave here? I sort of get the impression that you don't want to speak to me anymore. Do you want me to leave? Cross for yes, back for no. Do you want me to leave? Nothing. Okay. One more time. Do you want me to leave? cross for yes, back for no. Okay, nothing. Okay, well, you're refusing to answer questions now. Is that right? Are you refusing to answer questions? Cross for yes, back for no. Right, well, okay, you want to play games with me? Oh, hello, where are we going? I'm going to put my glasses on for this. I haven't got long left on the camera. Okay. I haven't asked a question yet. Let's reset. I'm not happy that you are making a nuisance of yourself in this home. And to be fair, you should leave and leave that person alone and stop scaring them. Yes, you should, shouldn't you? So that's really weird. That's really weird. It should. My hands did not move. Come on, you don't want to sit still at all now, do you? Oh, you're going all over the place. Come on, steady up, steady up. No, you shouldn't be messing with my friend, should you? You should leave them in peace. You should leave. You should go to where you belong. You don't belong here. I can't tell you to go into the light because I don't even know it exists. I can't tell you anything because I don't believe it exists. But you're telling me different, aren't you? You're telling me you do exist. Is that true? Do you actually exist? Is it me? Am I doing it subconsciously? It's bizarre. Right. See, I think we need to help each other here because I still don't believe you exist. Now, I am absolutely trying to keep these as steady as possible. And what you need to do is make them move. I'm going to stop you from moving them by holding it as steady as I can. So, here's the challenge. Want to play a game? Let's play a game. I want you to turn these rods to the door behind me. Both of these rods to the door behind me, and I'm going to stop you from doing it because I don't think you can. I think it's me doing it by mistake. I think it's me subconsciously doing it. Or are you really here? If you're really here, push them over to the door. Prove it to me that you are here. Because I don't think you are. Come on. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Push them to the door. To the door. Go on. Well, that was a challenge accepted, wasn't it? I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest. I genuinely don't. Right, okay. I'm going to end this very soon. I have to end this very soon. I have to stop this very soon. Right, come on, steady up now, steady up. I have to end this very soon. Do you want me to come back and speak to you? Yes for no. What? Do you want me to come back and speak to you? Cross for yes, back for no. Do you want me to come back and speak to you? Cross for yes, back for no. Do you want me to come and speak to you? Come on. I need an answer. One way or the other. Okay, I take that as a yes. Now, final thing before I go is that I'm going to say that you have to stay here. You're not to follow me home. You are to stay here and you are not to follow me home. Well, I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't. Am I subconsciously doing that? Am I slightest a hand doing it? I certainly wouldn't try and pretend to do that. There's no benefit. The people that subscribe to this channel have watched me for quite some time doing other bits and bobs out and about on the moors and hills and fells and with Phil, and they know very well that I'm not full of crap. I'm not out for any gains whatsoever. I have no idea how that happened. I have no idea why it happened, but it did. And I'm still doubting myself. I'm still convinced that it's me subconsciously doing it, because it answered all the questions. No, everything else doesn't seem to work except that. Although that is a tried and tested method, that has been used for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years, who knows. But it does seem to have some sort of bearing on what's going on. And I find the whole thing absolutely fascinating. But I am going to leave it there. I am going to let that camera just run out now until the stops recording. I'm just going to lie down, put my feet up and wait to be picked up. We'll have a listen, see if we can hear any bumps and bangs. I found the whole thing absolutely fascinating. Really enjoyed it. I hope you did. The thing is with these investigations, they can be long, can't they? And very little happens. But I guess that's the way the world works. I would love to know what you think, Sam, of those results. Do you think I'm subconsciously doing it? I'd really, really be interested in what you think, Sam. And you, Phil. And Sandra too. Sandra has a lot of responses on her cameras. I didn't seem to get anything. Okay, I'm due pick up in 10 minutes, so perfect timing. So let's let the camera run out. And we'll just lie here until the film stops. That's the first alcoholic beverage I have had in 7 days. Well, that's the second. The other one was an hour ago. So I'll kick my feet off, kick my shoes off, got a hold of my sock, and let's see what noises we can hear. Thank you very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. See you in the next one. If any footage appears on any other cameras, you would have seen that by now, or I will put it in now. Especially, the only thing that I would expect to see is me going to the loo and back. And I would have tied that in with what we've already done. I'm still an atheist. I still don't believe